I don't believe that someone as genius as Greta Gerwig would make a film about Barbie and not do it in a way that is acknowledging Barbie's paradox, which is the fact that she is supposed to be this figure of aspiration, not inspiration. She is, whatever she wants to be, and she is empowering and feminist and, means also, play and, the kind of childlike joy that comes with toys and imagination and all of that stuff. But then also she is literally the symbol of capitalism and very shallow, puddle-deep feminism. And, the slim, platinum blonde, high-heeled, leggy lady is oppressive to many women. And, she acknowledges that all the way through the film, to the point where it actually... I got a little bit like, oh my God, we get it. Let's just get on with it. Do you know what I mean? There's, the moment where, is it Helen Mirren, the narrator? It is, isn't it? Yeah. She breaks the fourth wall. Yeah. She says, Margot Robbie is not the person to cast to producers if you want to make the point of, I'm not pretty enough anymore.
Which is a fantastic joke.
Fantastic joke. Everyone laughed. I laughed. But my point is that, that acknowledging the paradox of Barbie, I feel, is the majority of the film, in a way that I feel like you could have got away with doing it a little bit at the start, and then you could have walked away from it. You could have acknowledged it. But I read a very interesting article in The Guardian, and I wish I had written down the writer. I think it was Adrian Horton, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me. Who sort of mentioned the paradox and said called it lip service to the baggage of Barbie, which I thought was really eloquently written. And that you do kind of have to pay that, but lip service in the sense that talking about your faults absolves you of the faults, in that sense. So it's because we are, doing this lip service of talking about Barbie's paradox, it's okay now. Whereas actually, there are a lot of people, I'm sure, would still say that, this film is hugely capitalistic. Did you know that Mattel was a co-producer of this film?
Well, of course, yeah.
So they made a shitload of money off the film, not even talking about all of the product placements that they put in this film, which means they now have over 100 Barbie product deals with various different brands. Yeah. They have over 45 Mattel toy films now in pre-production. Apparently J.J. Abrams is potentially signed up to do an Uno film. They have a Hot Wheels film going. They have a Polly Pocket film that is potentially going to be directed by Lena Dunham. Mattel are so unbelievably clever in how they have played this, that they've really satirized their own company of the kind of polar opposite to Barbie Land. It's very gray and evil and white old men, and and they've really made themselves look awful to make Barbie look better, knowing that all of the jokes that are hitting against them and capitalism are actually serving them and capitalism. It's so good, it's so clever, and it kind of bummed me out. And goddamn, I'm that person now that's taken a really joyful, fun film and been oh, that capitalism, which I don't like being that person. But for me, that's a big part of, for me, context of filmmaking is important in films.
Do you think that diminishes what Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach are trying to say with the film, when you know whom it benefits?
Oof. Do you want me to solve world hunger while I'm at it, James? I don't know.
Do you think that makes it when Greta Gerwig sits there and says, what the film's about and what they wanted to do with the film and the meaning behind it and how they struggled with that sort of dynamic. Do you kind of look at that and go, yeah, but it's benefiting?
Well, that's it, right?
Satirizing.
Yeah. So I would say it doesn't necessarily dampen your enjoyment of it. Like, I can still enjoy the film as like a nice.
No, I'm sure.
It's a very,
it's
warm and fluffy
about. Like,
yeah.
The whole thing is to pick apart things and like.
Yeah, I think that I can only speak personally. I would still enjoy the film, but it slightly dampens. Like, I am not affected by. I have friends who, during Gloria, who's played by America Ferrera's, her big speech of what it takes to be a woman and how tired she is of women being picked apart and made to feel like they have to do so much in order to achieve so little, and you have to be funny but not too funny that you're threatening, and you have to that speech. Great speech. Like, I think she's an incredible actor. But I wasn't that super moved by it. It didn't really affect me that much. And I have friends who, cried at that scene. It meant so much to them. And I feel a little bit jaded, I think, because of the whole, Mattel input and